Hi friends, I am Dr. Hari Shankar Shyam. Today I like to discuss a very interesting topic with all of you. Becoming an entrepreneur is a real challenge. So I have decided to discuss the 5 positive and 5 negatives of becoming an entrepreneur. In today's time, when you see this startup culture, and I'm interacting with so many youths today, what is the best part I like? Majority of them want to become an entrepreneur. But when I'm discussing with their parents, the senior ones, I have seen majority of them are in favor that they should do a job first, or maybe later on they should become an entrepreneur. So challenge is what? Should they start their journey just as an entrepreneur, or they should take some work experience in corporate, then you should start an entrepreneur? So you have to take decision by yourself. What I am going to tell, the positives and negatives of becoming an entrepreneur. Let's talk about the positives first about becoming an entrepreneur. What is the first point? Independence. I am free to decide whatever I want to do. And that independence is a big thing in today's time. And as a youth, I have seen majority of them looking for this independence. What is the second best point I like about becoming an entrepreneur? The financial potential. There is no limit of salary over there. When I'm applying for a job, there is a limit. Not everybody is going to bag a package of $1 million package and thousands of dollars they will bag. But in the case of becoming an entrepreneur, there is a huge potential. The universe is yours. If you really work very hard, anything you can achieve. So what is the second best positives I like about becoming an entrepreneur, my friends? That's your financial potential, which is unlimited. Now I like to talk about the third positives of becoming an entrepreneur. Creativity and innovation. Everybody is creative. What creativity is all about? Tons of ideas. You have n number of ideas. See, in today's time, we have a great exposure. Everywhere you see, you get an idea. And innovation. Innovation is basically what? When there is already existing product and services are there, you want to do certain changes. And that's all we are witnessing in majority of the startups. You can really take some real life problem and try to find out solution. And the moment you scale up this solution, it is going to become huge. So what is the third positive I see? You become more creative, you become more innovative when you are becoming an entrepreneur. The fourth positive, my friends, is what? Your personal growth. I have seen many of the youth, students, those who have entered into entrepreneurship, and with a smaller success, gradually they have grown. What a tremendous personal growth they have achieved. Not in terms of finances only, in terms of skills, my friend. The kind of skills they have added, whether it's a marketing skills, financial skills, many of them are not even having a technical background, but learn about the production, learn about the technicality of the product and the services. So I must admire this positive part of becoming an entrepreneur is what? Your personal growth. And the fifth positive, which is one of the most important positive, and I'll request all of my young friends, if we are becoming an entrepreneur, what is the best part? You are creating jobs for the society. Job creation. And that is one of the greatest help you are doing for any economy by creating the jobs. Now friends, we have already talked about positives. Let's talk about some negatives also. So here are my 5 negatives. What is the first negative? Is the financial risk. As a professional, if I am becoming an entrepreneur, so career is at risk. And one of the biggest risks I am taking, what? Financial risk. I can lose also. I need to be beware about this negative. The second negative is, my friend, is work-life balance. Work-life balance. When you're going to become an entrepreneur, yes, a substantial time you have to give to your profession. In beginning years, when you're growing, and I'm sure if you see the many success stories all over the world, you'll find that work-life balance isn't always an issue over there. Now my third negative is uncertainty. You never know what will happen. Like I have witnessed that many of the youth students, they have went for their startup, they have become an entrepreneur, and Corona came. Corona has really given a lot of dent over there. Corona was a big uncertainty, but there are very small and big uncertainties are always happening. So that is again a negative aspect of becoming an entrepreneur. Now the fourth negative, my friend, stress and pressure. When you are becoming an entrepreneur in today's time, to succeed, you have to really work very hard. And at times you see that you are taking a lot of stress, lots of pressure. Yes, it has a side effects also. So these negatives you have to understand, you need to consider while going to become an entrepreneur. Now my fifth negatives, my friend, that is your initial struggle. Many of you, when you become an entrepreneur, remember, in the beginning time, initially you need to struggle a lot. Be ready for that. If you are really ready for that, if this negative you can overcome, yes, you can become an entrepreneur. So what we have discussed today, my friends, I gave you 5 positives and 5 negatives of becoming an entrepreneur. So you can ask my personal question, what's my advice? I will suggest become an entrepreneur, but how? Try to manage your negatives first. Try to evaluate, can you manage these negatives by your own? If yes, or by the support of your family members, your relatives, friends, industry, government, any kind of support. If you can really manage it very well, try to become an entrepreneur. So friends, I'm sure you might have liked my video. I'll request all of you to please subscribe and like my channel, The Talent Panda. I'll be keep on coming with more such videos for all of you. Thank you, my friend.